Hi everyone, welcome to our art lesson. Today we're going to make an Africa collage. So we're going to use some of the materials in your take-home bag, but first we're going to talk a little bit about Africa. We're starting to study Africa, and so let's take a look at some things that can help us learn a little bit about it before we start our collage. I'm going to show you this. This might look familiar. This is our continent puzzle. And as we know, Africa is one of the 7 continents on Earth. Do you remember which one it is? It's this one right here. It's our green puzzle piece is the continent of Africa. So we have North America, South America, Africa, Europe, and Asia, Australia, and Antarctica. There are 2 pieces on Antarctica. I'm going to show you in a little bit of a different way now. You may know that this is called a globe, and this shows the Earth in its sphere form. And so the continents are the same colors that we use in our classroom, but you can turn the globe around to see where they're situated on our sphere-shaped planet. So do you see Africa? It's the green one, it's right there. That is the continent we're talking about. Africa is the 2nd largest continent. Asia is the largest one, and Africa is 2nd largest. It's also 2nd in the number of people who live on the continent. Again, Asia has the most people, and then Africa. Africa actually has 54 different countries. So Africa is a large continent with lots of smaller countries. And to show you what that looks like, I'm going to show you this map. So each of these little sections with a name is a country in Africa. There are also some oceans that border Africa. And over here we have the South Atlantic, and then the Northern Atlantic is over here. And then up here in between Africa and Europe and Asia is the Mediterranean Sea. And then over on this side is the Indian Ocean. Lots of water all around Africa. All right, so there's that. And I'm going to show you one more map before we get started. You might remember this one too. This is our control map that we use in the classroom. And if you are doing a map of Africa in the classroom, you would use this to put labels on all the 54 countries. It hardly fits on my screen. It's so big. So let's look at what you got in your take-home bag. You got this, which is that map I just showed you. A pretty big piece of white paper and a collection of pictures, images. We're going to use those to make a collage. I also have a glue stick and some scissors. And I have some colored pencils. And these are just in case you want to color in any parts of your map or add any color to your collage. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just kind of cut out around this map because I want this to be right in the middle of my collage. You do not have to put this right in the middle of your collage. But that's what I'm going to do. Remember, a collage is when we take different images, we put them all together, and arrange them on a larger background. Usually a collage has a theme, and guess what our theme is today? Of course, it's Africa. So the images that you got in your take-home bag are all images that represent something about Africa. And definitely the map of Africa represents the whole continent and all of the countries that are on that continent. In each of these countries, there are different peoples and traditions and animals who live there and different landscapes. There are cities, there are towns, there are villages. There are areas where there aren't any people living. There are deserts, there are trees. There are so many different things about Africa. Many of you received some images of animals who live in Africa. That's a big part of what we think of when we think about Africa because they have so many of these amazing animals. This is a map of a flag of one of the countries in Africa. Some of you received flags. Some of you received pictures that are of cities or of the landscape. And so there are lots of different images. You did not all receive the same ones. You might know what some of your images are. I know that that is an image of a rhinoceros. I'm going to put some glue on there. You can use all the space on your white paper to do your collage. You can cut things out or you can just glue them on the way they are. It's up to you. Here's a giraffe. Lots of us may have seen giraffes in books or on TV or in movies or even in the zoo. They live in different countries in Africa. Let's see. I looked up how to pronounce this country. It's Lesotho. I am going to put that flag on my collage just to represent one of the many flags of the different countries in Africa. Some things you can do when you're learning about a continent is to read books about that continent or from that continent. You can look things up online. If you go to the library or you order things from the library, you might ask for things that have to do with that continent. So if you want to learn more about Africa, you can do that. Here's a lion. I have a gorilla and an elephant. This is a bird. I don't even know what kind of bird it is, but it was on one of the pages of my book, and I copied it. And this is a beautiful picture of zebras. It's hard to tell which way it goes because the zebras are reflected in the water that they're drinking. So I'm going to spend a little more time cutting and gluing my pictures on, and then can also use colored pencils to color in some of the countries. Like this. Or maybe since we use the color green to represent Africa, you might want to outline it in green. You're welcome to do whatever you would like to do to make your collage special and just what you would like it to be. Here's something that would be good to do though, and that is to put a title. I'm going to write the word Africa You can copy that, or you can have someone write it for you and you can trace it, or you can try to write it out yourself. So I hope you enjoy creating a beautiful Africa collage and that you will learn some more things about this wonderful continent. Thank you. We'll see you next time.